Okay. Good morning. My name is Stephen Ina. First, I would like to start off with a question. I would like to know how many people here know somebody that has used drugs? More than half the class. Well, in statistics that I read on the Daily Beast, in 2012, 1 out of every 5 students in the USA have used drugs or is currently using drugs. And also, not to be proud of this, but Penn State is number 26 on the top schools that have used drugs in 2012, since 2012. And today, I will be discussing what goes on in a drug user's mind and what drug addiction does to somebody. Drugs have increased in the past few years, and I will continue to show you what goes on in a drug user's mindset and concept. Signs of a drug user, it usually leads from legal trouble, dropping in performance at work or school. They tend to slack, or they tend not to really put in the full effort when they're sober or when they're not on drugs at all. So that will end up creating or giving them a path into a new lifestyle, which also creates a new environment, including most of their friends. Usually drug users have or create new friends or a new environment that makes them more comfortable with who can accept what they're doing. And they will continue to use the drugs because they feel comfortable with the environment that they are in. And usually there's a very distinct difference in their physical appearance that they portray after using drugs for numerous of times or becoming addicted to drugs. And also, I realized their health also deteriorates or can be altered by the use of drugs. There is countless side effects from numerous of drugs that, from a drug user or someone that is addicted to drugs. And I won't be able to list all of them, but the main ones are, the number one health side effect is the mental health, because the drug can control the brain. The drug molecules end up attaching to the brain cells and can alter from actions to physical appearance, to physical actions, to mental stability, and the drug can be as powerful as your brain itself. And once your body becomes used to the drug and becomes used to the consumption of drugs, it relies on that drug to perform at what you're doing on a daily basis, to be able to wake up, do normal activities or normal things you do while you're on those drugs. And in the long-term effect, I believe, and from my research and my interviews, that the top 3 problems that will affect drug users in the long run is your heart, your mental health, and your neurological problems. Those are where you can't function properly, or that you can't do very simple, common day-to-day activities, as in writing down words or picking up a cell phone to make a call. Usually, there's various ways where drugs can enter a person's life. Usually, and very commonly, it is someone that is very close to them, either a family member or even your best friend. It could be someone that's sitting right next to you that you don't know, that can just slide it by you, and you might not know what the effects are, but their influence on you will make you want to use it. Or if it's a family member, the trust you have in them, they believe it's good for you, they will continue to convince you, and because the trust you've already established in them, you're given the idea that what they're doing is also good and can also help you in the same way they convince you that it's helping them. And another common reason is it's passed down from in family generations. It might not be your family forced it upon you, but because from a baby age till you were a mature teenager or adult, you end up looking at that addiction that your parents do, and that's all you know. So that's all you can rely on, and that's what you end up using yourself. The majority of the time, some users are okay with what they do. They continue to go about their life, use the drug. Sometimes it doesn't affect them. They might not see it they might not see it immediately, and they might think it's okay to use the drugs and continue to use the drugs. Or, which I recommend, others realize the harm and seek help, medical help, from doctors, health centers, and support groups. Well, in my conclusion, there's numerous of things that can go into why a person would use drugs. But most commonly, it's someone that will bring it into your life that you trust, and those are the worst situations. There's always signs of abnormal behavior and characteristics. There's countless side effects that can harm your body, harm your mind, and harm your life and the surroundings that you have in your environment. And at the end of the day, users can either use a drug and they end up convincing themselves that it's okay to use, or they find the confidence, or find a friend, or find some type of support group and end up seeking help. I would like to thank you for listening to my presentation. Thank you.